All right. Good day, everyone. Trust everyone is having a wonderful weekend. Welcome to Stock Analysis with Wilson. Today, we are going to do another stock analysis, but this time we want to talk about the common fear beginner stock analysts or stock analysts who are beginners who face when analyzing stocks with spikes like this. As you can see there's a lot of spike in this market, giving a lot of different candlestick patterns that you might not really know when and where to enter. Okay, so as a stock analyst, when you see something like this, I would say you don't have to fear. There's always a way to analyze this kind of stock. Okay, normally we are used to the normal NSC all shares, the way it looks very appealing. You can see how this stock looks. It's an uptrend, goes very smooth, moves smoothly, no panic. And there are also other stocks too in the stock market that actually looks like this. However, when it comes to FCMB, we can see that it's very spiky. You don't even know where to start. Where will you get a signal? How will you start your technical analysis? Well, first of all, the fundamentals for FCMB is good. The earnings look good, you know, so it's going to be worthwhile doing analysis on the stock. So when you meet a stock like this that has this so much spike and candlestick patterns, what do you do? For me, what do I do? Well, first of all, I will zoom in, I'll zoom out to look at the overall movement of the stock. As you can see, it's looking there is an not really uptrend because it's not smoothly uptrend. It's going. This is a downtrend here, side trending, uptrend, downtrend. This is another side trending. This is uptrend. This is another side trending, and now this is another uptrend. This might be another side trending era. So just looking at the overview of how the stock has been the past couple of years will actually give you an idea of how on where to start your stock analysis. Okay, so let's see. This is I've said this area now is the side trending area. So let's first of all let's now zoom this back out. Look at how the stock looks. All right. Now after that, I'll now understand how the stock looks. What I will now do is I will convert this to this line. I always use this area here to catch the bank spots to put my support and resistance line. Okay, so when we meet markets like this, we always put choppy markets like this. We always use support and resistance line, to know where it supports and resist and know where it breaks out, to get another 52 weeks high or another uptrend or downtrend, anyone. So, what are we going to do here? As you can see, I'm going to use historic data. When I mean historic data, I'm going to go to the past and look at where the stock actually went on a high that can actually we can use to trace to know if this actually corresponds with the future. Okay, so this historic data now will help us to know how far, will help us to know whether this is actually a strong support and resistance line. So what I'll do is I'll put my line here. Let's start from this place. This is 2024. And one thing I'll say is you might not really have to go that backwards. Okay. You can just go and put your line because sometimes if you go too backwards, it might not be necessary because some stocks now in the there is a constant uptrend, is on a constant bullish run. So if you put the line here now, there's a probability that you might not see any other, you know, high. Some stocks have passed their 52 weeks high and have been going on the bullish run. So that is why it's always on an uptrend. Those stocks are always on an uptrend. But stuff like this that are usually choppy, goes up, comes down, choppy, goes up, come down. We can do this kind of historical analysis. So this is 2024. So I just put my line up here. Starts here. When I put the line here, I'll now check if it corresponds. Change the color of this thing. All right. How does it correspond? You can see here, this is 2025. It corresponds to this place. This is one, two spots, and also corresponds to this place. So we have three. This is going to be a very strong resistance line from this loop from here. Okay. So let's go to another place. Let's see. This place, I feel it's too close to the resistance line, so I will leave it there. Let's put it, let's see, let's try this place and see how far. Let me see. All right, so how is this? Okay, you can see this is support. This is, it broke out here, resist, support, resist, resist, and then broke down again. So that's this second line that I drew here is actually a, it corresponds to this is a resistance line, which also acts as a support later in the future. So that is, this line now is another strong support and resistance line. Let's check the future and see. Okay, as you can see, even here in this place, you can see is testing this resistance line multiple times, even here too. Okay, so we can see that this is actually a good support and resistance line. So let's do another line to check how far. Let's use this line here. Even looking at this line that I want to put now, you can see support, resist, then broke out. Then this became another resistance. Okay, support became a resistance here. But let's check the future because that is what we are looking at now. Okay, you can see it went up, supported again. This is a very strong support line here. So this support and went up, broke out, went up, then went up before it came down again. So this is a very strong support line. Moving into the future, you can see strong support line here. Look at these two spots, one, two. So just put this one down a bit because I'll walk you with the future. Okay. So if this is the last support place, I think we can work with this one. But let me see if we can draw another final line. Let's say this place here. Okay, this is support. It resisted here twice. However, this past data will not do much for us. So let's go to the future. Okay, you can see multiple times supported here, supported, 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 supported. Okay, before it went again and went on another sideways rally. That is choppy markets. Okay, so consider this another strong support and resistance line. I think that should be all for now. That should be all for now. At least we have enough to detect what this our final price will look like. As you can see, we are not, I will say we are not yet in an uptrend. That will depend. That will actually depend on when I put the candlestick patterns to see how far. All right. Okay. So looking at this now, I think how are we doing? We are doing fine. We are doing great. This is support here, but this market now is coming down here, which actually may break down. If not, it might still go up again as acting as support. Okay. Now let's see. mm, Support. This is another resistance based on the line that we drew. You can see this resistance line too. Strong resistance areas. Okay, so this is a good one. This is a good support and resistance analysis. So let's go to forward. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. Now we can't really see an uptrend there because the market is moving sideways. Just this brief uptrend, but now it's about to move sideways again. So I can't say anything about the uptrend of this market, whether it's trending up or not. But now let's look at this. Now I want to draw. This is going to be, since this last line here is a strong support and resistance. Supports strong resistance line. I'm going to put this my rectangle. It's here. Draw it to this place. To act as the This will act as a detector for an uptrend, potential uptrend. You can see the prices actually came and tested at top spot, top spot, but it still came down. So I'll call this a very strong resistance zone. Strong resistance zone. So let's say someone entered a position down here, the probability that it will still come down. Okay. However, you can actually, let me just call it just like how we use the term overbought region. This might be the overbought region of this stock. So based on the historical data coming from the analysis, you can see this very strong resistant area. It came here, but it didn't continue, it didn't break out, it just came down again. The same thing that happened here. So now we are looking at the performance, not the candlestick pattern. Because if you want to focus on candlestick pattern here, you might get a bit confused. All right, now moving forward, let's check. Let's put our moving average to know what's happening in this stock. From what I'm seeing here, the market actually went on a full bearish beat. So there's a potential of this stock actually coming down again, you know, and breaking this line. And if it breaks this line, then we know that it's going to be a downtrend. If not, if it comes up and passes this our moving average, then it's a potential uptrend. Okay. And uptrends are usually confirmed by this our moving average. So if I wanted to do an uptrend line now, I'll probably draw here to from year to year. No, it's going to be from year to year, but it's not yet time for a trend line. We're just watching the stock to see how far it wants to perform. However, a trend line doesn't mean that you should not enter the stock if you see a good opportunity. Okay, for example, you can see we are saying that there's a potential for this stock. If it buys, then we can enter, see how far. Okay, then let's see what is volume saying. Hmm, Volume. I put the money flow. RSI. So what are these indicators saying? Let me make this. Um, all right. All right. So you can see money flow is down. RSI is also going down. Means people are really selling this stock. But I believe that this week, people might start buying the stock based on the good fundamentals for FCMB. Okay, and volume. There's no volume in the market. There's no volume in the market. So basically, we are waiting for continuation trade. Yes, because the trend already started here with good volume. Started here with good volume, and we have not seen any red pattern from this market. So in a nutshell, there is no signal from here. But what I wanted to show you is how to analyze markets that are having so much spikes. You know, instead of fear being afraid of the market, we can analyze the stock properly with confidence. Okay, let's look at our past historical data we use. You can see here, this is what we use for the analysis. You can see another strong support, strong resistance area. So that is that for today. I will be doing more technical analysis on other stock markets. For example, May and Baker. We also have we also have Better Glass. Okay. We also have International Bureau. We also have Fiducian. Okay. All those stocks are also good stocks. We also have Presco, we have Okumu Oil. All the stocks are, let me say, their fundamental analysis. I'll raise those stocks, their fundamental analysis altogether 80%, 85, sorry, 85%, because some have 90, some have 100, some have, but let's say from 85% and above. Those are like very good stocks that I think have potentials based on the earnings that just came out. So I'll be looking at some of these technical analysis for some of these stocks, and also getting your own feedback. Also, if you have any stock that you're looking at and you like technical analysis on them, you can also let me know. Okay. All right. So that's a wrap for technical analysis with Wilson. A wrap for technical analysis with Wilson. See you again for another technical analysis episode. Uh, wish you a very great week ahead. Ciao.